So number one, guys, is going to be the knee to wall test or knee to wall stretch. So if I put my foot against the desk there, I can easily touch my knee to the wall. Okay, if my ankle was heavily swollen, I probably wouldn't be able to, but I've got a normal ankle there. So I come 10 centimeters back. Can I get my knee to the wall? Yes, my heel isn't coming up. Now I'm coming kind of 15 centimeters back. Can I get my knee to the wall? No, my heel's coming up. So I come forward a tiny bit, go a couple of centimeters forward. If I was to guess, I'd say that's about 13. Okay, heels staying down, go back another centimeter. I actually know what I can get on this, so it's about right, 13, 14. Good, I can feel the stretch there now, coming into the lower calf, coming just off the Achilles tendon. So when I get to that point, I'm gonna hold that stretch. I'm also gonna use this foot just to dig that heel down a little bit further. And I'm just gonna hold there. Okay, if I can get more of a stretch out, I'm gonna. Again, this side, you've probably heard me complain about it in previous weeks. I have an anterior impingement at my ankle, so the bones basically essentially rub together. So I feel this more in the front of my ankle, but most people usually you'll feel it in the back of the calf mainly. If you are feeling it in the front of the ankle, you've got the same as me. You've got a pretty tight ankle joint. Or if you've had a recent sprain or anything like that, you'll certainly feel this one as well in the front of the ankle. Coming up there, guys. Okay, and we're going to do our knee to wall also on the right side. So try and go kind of around the same distance. Okay, I might even be a bit more flexible this side. We'll test that theory out. I am. There's no impingement there. Now I can feel that with my right side only in the back of the calf, which is where you should feel it. It's a much nicer stretch. And again, we're just going to hold around 20, 25 seconds there. Excuse me. Again, I'm using my other foot just to kind of pin a heel down. And again, guys, got the luxury here of having the desk to lean on. You can do this again against the sofa, against the wall. Just kind of lean onto the wall, lean onto something. Do it under a kitchen worktop or a desk. Anything you can kind of lean on. Otherwise, you'll end up kind of tensing up the calves. And that was a lot longer. 20 seconds. Again, next, we're going to come into gastrocnemius a little bit higher up. Okay, so for this one, you want to lean against. Again, desk, wall, cupboards, whatever you've got. And now you're actually dropping the foot back and you're trying to dig the heel down into the floor. From there, you can also bring the knees forward. If you push the knees forward, you'll feel the stretch again a little bit more. And for me, again, I've got a tightness after an operation I had years ago in the back of my left knee. So I actually feel this more so probably in the back of my left knee when I do the calves. And again, that's normal, guys. If you've got tightness around the knee joint, you may feel this more in the back of the knee than actually the top of the calf. And again, that's normal. See where you feel then, just hold. And again, lean in, just drive forward. 3, 2, 1, and then change legs, other foot back, and then lean forward and really push into the stretch, drive that back heel down into the floor. Three, 2, 1, and 0. Come up from there. Okay, guys, in standing today, we're going to go for hamstrings next. I want you to go fairly wide with the legs to start with, and just reach down slowly to the floor. Can you get to the floor? If you can you get the knuckles down to the floor? And if that's easy, can you get the hands down to the floor? And then again, if that's easy, and you're very flexible, try and bring your head down towards your knees. Lean forward and through.
And guys, what I want you to do is just walk your hands over to that left foot. So just bring them over to that left side. Always maintain contact with the floor. And walk your hands over to the right side. And hold. And back to the middle. And again, can you straighten your legs? Can you straighten the knees? Push the knees back. And I just want you to walk your feet in a little bit. Kind of 2 or 3 shuffles in with the feet. And can you still keep your knuckles or your hands down on the floor? Keep your fingertips on the floor. And again, keep driving the knees back. And stick your bum nice and high up in the air. And again, just walk over to the left-hand side a little bit. Okay, you probably won't have to go as far this time as the feet are narrow. So just over to your left and hold. And again, try and relax your breathing. I know we're kind of in a position here where we're contracting, closing down the space for the diaphragm. But try and again, slow your breathing down. Take some nice deep breaths. Now walking over to the right side, guys, or just changing sides, so vice versa. Over to the opposite side, and again, just hold. And again, can you push the knees back? Push the knees back, feel that stretch. Okay, then walking yourself back to the middle and then up nice and tall, guys. Okay, next stretch. Okay, we will be coming back to the hamstrings in a second, but first of all, come back to the quads. Okay, lean against the wall or shelf or desk and just try and hook at a foot and get the heel into the bum. Otherwise, use the back of the sofa or your sofa arm or a chair, rest the foot on it and just slowly lean your body weight backwards to give that quad a stretch. So that's the front of the thigh. So 4 muscles, front of the thigh, the quadriceps, and that's what we're stretching now. The top quadricep muscle, the long one, is also a hip flexor. So it will bring the hip into flexion, so it will bring your knee up as if you're doing high knees. So your hip flexor. So you can actually stretch that over the hip as well by just pushing the hip backwards. So if it's a flexor, you stretch it by pushing back into extension.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, hello Alexa, you're listening to me. Good, and changing over, okay. So bring that other foot behind you. Try and get hold of your laces if you can, knees together again if you can. And just hold. Again, if your heel is straight in towards your bum, great. If not, again, feel free to lean backwards onto a chair or something. And again, if it isn't all the way to bum, and again, feel free to drop that hip back slightly. Try and stay up tall still. Try not to lean too far forward. But pull the hip backwards as well. So the hips come into extension. And therefore you'll be stretching the hip flexors, of which one of them is that muscle in the front of the thigh, one of the quadriceps. Okay, guys, coming down there. Next exercise, we're coming back to the hamstrings. I've got a step here, so you can use step or stair to have the heel on. Okay, or you can use something a bit higher, a chair, a sofa, a table. I'm going to use my desk in here. Heel on. Okay, and reach forward, slide down that leg. Okay, if you can, try and get the other hand to support. I'm going to start off with my foot pointing forward to take the calf out, so I'm stretching more hamstrings. So 3 muscles in the back of the thigh, hamstrings. If you have a slight bend in the knee with this one, if the knee comes up, that's fine. Just make sure you also then lean forward. So you're stretching the hamstrings. They attach over hip and knee. So if the knee pops up, again, you want the hip to come in, so you want to lean over the hip and lean forward. Again, just hold, guys. And even if you can only get time to your knee, again, just hold. Pop that heel on your sofa or chair and just see how far forward you can reach. Good stuff. Coming off there, changing legs. Again, so now I'm getting right heel onto the step, leaning my body weight forward. Just holding there. My knees can look a tiny bit, but I'm also leaning forward quite far, so I can still feel that stretch in the back of my leg. Okay, guys, and coming at the next set of stretches, we can come down to the floor. Okay. So we're going to do probably my favourite routine next. So wide hammies, again you may get a bit of groin as well. This one we will start off quite wide and then we'll work our way in. We'll work over both sides as well. So first of all, fairly wide the thighs and just lean forward. See how far forward you can get. And then when you get to a point where you feel that stretch in the backs of the thighs, then just hold. If you can creep forward, then please do. And then as usual, walk over to that left foot and hold. Can you lean forward slightly? Can you bring the hands further down the foot? And again back to the middle, guys, and then over to the right hand side, or vice versa if you start the other way. And again, just hold. Can you lean forward again? Can you get the hands further down towards your heel? Or if you're super flexible, can you get past your heel? Now guys, coming back to the middle. And again, point those feet up to the ceiling and lean forward. Can you get any further now in front? I definitely can. I'm past my heels, which is lovely. And hold. And again, can you creep forward a centimetre or two?
And slowly come in, back up, guys. So you will get a little bit kind of back and glute in that as well, mobility-wise. Bring the feet in. Okay, we're going to go for groins, the hip adductors. So as we ran through last week, if you want a bit of an anatomy lesson at the same time, hip adductors, the groin muscles are adding hips back to the body. Hip abductors, like the glutes, not abducting, they're taking away. Okay, so adductors, muscles like your groin. You've got 3 adductors, adductor longus, adductor magnus, and adductor brevis. And you've got loads of other little muscles that help those out. Including, for any of you guys doing the Zoom quizzes and stuff at the moment, the longest muscle in the body, sartorius, that is a hip flexor and hip adductor. There you go. If you do get that on your quiz questions, I'll be claiming that point. Okay, guys, and then keep one leg in. I'm going to keep my right foot in, and then extend the left leg, and then reach forward again. So you get a tiny bit of a kind of groin pelvic stretch, but mainly again back to hamstrings. Just see how far down the one leg you can get. And try to remember how far you get. Where are you? So my fingers are touching the bottom of this blue part of my shoe. I'm going to see if I can mimic that when I get to the other side. Slowly coming back up, guys. Change legs, and then that left foot comes back in, and right foot extends. Left foot into the side of that right thigh, and again just leaning forward. How far can you get? This side. Nearly get to the same point, not quite. I've recently had part of my hamstring tendon pulled out and nailed back through my knee. It's part of my ACL reconstruction, so I'm not surprised it's a tiny bit tighter. That hamstring tendon that was took out of my leg has now been nailed back in through my knee. That's my new ligament now to stabilise my knee when I play sports. Good, slowly coming back up, guys. Okay, we're going to do a sit and reach test next. Both feet out in front, feet together. Okay, you're just going to lean forward. How far down your shins can you get? Can you get to your ankles? You can get to your ankles. Can you get up to your laces? Can you get over the toes? And again, I'm pretty strict with this. I put my knees down still. Can't get much of hand under the knees. Again, how far forward can you reach? And slowly coming back up, guys. Now we're going to do our glute stretch, our crossover, or step over glute stretch. Leg steps over. You use the opposite arm if you can to hook and hug that leg in close to the body. You're pulling it in and around. Okay. And straighten that leg out. I'm bringing it on in. And again, hook and pull it tight. Hook that knee in tight. And coming down there. And next, going to do a single leg knee hook. If you like, flatten your back. You can get one knee in towards the body and just pull it in tight. So we're working on the mobility of your hips, your hip flexion. Pull that knee in towards the body. And slowly bring that leg down and then bring that right knee up. And again, pull in tight. And then slowly bring it that leg down. Next, we go for a piriformis stretch. A muscle underneath glutes. Ankle over knee, so also called figure 4 stretch. You can also see you got kind of inverted figure 4 there. And then knee comes in. If you need to step this foot on something to help push you back, that's fine. Otherwise, just use your arms. Feel free to link your fingers. Just pull that knee in towards you. Again, this is one you can do with bands. Pull in. You actually put the band behind your back and push your back down into it. You actually didn't really have to hold the stretch. It will just hold it there for you. Again, if you've got enough strength in your arms, though, just pull that leg in and hold. Going down there, changing feet. And again, knee in and pull tight. If you feel the stretch loosening off, again, pull tighter. Keep squeezing, keep easing into the stretch. Can you get further? And slowly coming down there. Guys, knee rolls next. A bit of a lower back loosener. This is lower body flexibility. So again, it's for hips and glutes as well. So just let the knees roll, pull round to the side, and just roll side to side. Keep the shoulder blades pinned down into the floor as you roll. So just letting the hips rock from side to side. Because it's not exclusive to the hips and glutes, but the structures that is moving and lower back. So you get a bit of a pull out, a bit of a stretch at the same time. Just keep that going, guys. Next, we're going to do our kind of foot floated in the air hamstring stretch. So you'll be on your back. Pulling the leg up. That's 3, 2, 1. And back to the middle. Okay. Right foot down, left foot in the air. How far can you bring it in actively? Okay, and then passively grab around the back of the leg, or if you've got a towel or a band to hook the foot, that's fine as well. And just pull that leg in. Again, just pull it as far as you can until you feel the stretch. I've got quite flexible hammies and hips, so I can kind of get my knee going towards my chest, but don't worry about how far I'm going. Just ease into the stretch, slowly breathing down. See how far you can get comfortably and just hold. Again, try and straighten the knee, you'll feel a very different stretch again. And slowly go down. And again, another leg up. How far can you come in actively? And then again, add in that stretch. Just give it a little pull and hold. Can you pull further again? If you're finding that really easy, you can also straighten this leg out a little bit. See how that feels. Good, slowly bringing the leg down there. And next we come on to your side, okay? You can do quads again in a bit more of a relaxed position, okay? Knees together. Can you get your heel in towards you? Can you grab the back of your sock or the back of your shoe? That's easy. Again, the top of the foot. Grab the front of your laces. And again, pull that knee in. See, when I was in standing, I couldn't get my heel into my bum on my injured side. Whereas lying, I can. So you can relax a bit more into the stretch. Plus, we've done a few other stretches. And just let that knee ease into a bend, ease into flexion, and just hold. A very loud clap for each. Check again, it's that time of the week. Feel free during your quad stretch, just have a little clap. Or the NHS, give yourself a tap on the shoulder as you're holding. Yeah. Make some noise. It's definitely got the saucepan back out on the side, so if you can hear that through the mic. It'd be really cool to make you hold the stretch for the whole clap, but we will switch over there and change in sides, rolling over onto the opposite side, pull that in. I don't know what your streets are like at home. Good there, guys. We're going to come into kneeling hip flexors next. If you want to use a pillow or a mat, go for it. Okay. Kneeling, stretch, foot in front, lean forward, bring the hips forward and down. You're pushing them into the floor. Okay, and hold there. Okay. Again, got a good setup in here. Plenty of home stuff to use. I've got enough space to actually, it's a good level for me to lean on. Again, otherwise, if you're holding it, you're going to try and push up and out of the stretch. You're going to be contracting those muscles you're trying to stretch. And again, with this, you're going to feel it front of the thigh a little bit, and again, up into those hip flexors a little bit higher up than usual. If you can't, again, push the hips down. Let this knee come forward a little bit. Push the hips down. That's 3, 2, 1, and 0. Come back up. And again, knee on the left knee, right knee comes up and forward. And drive that knee forward, drive the left hip down to the floor. And again, I've got a nice perch here I can lean on.
So if you do this next to a desk or maybe a sofa arm at home, or grab a couple of chairs either side, you can get double support then. Drive that hip forward and down into the floor. So the hip on hip clasp. And again, slowly breathing down, push the hip down, ease into the stretch. And come over there. I'm going to finish off a bit of kind of hips, groins, hammies, bit of everything. Again, one of my favourite stretches alongside my little wide leg routine. I call it the Spider-Man stretch. I don't know what it's actually called. You're basically 4-point kneeling, or you can go and kind of press a plank position, and all you're doing is bring in, like a twist the mat, your right foot up to your right hand. Okay, if you don't feel the stretch, push that foot out further, okay, and push the other leg further back, okay, almost like you're kind of doing the splits. Again, if you can't get that far, then you just come in, okay. If you are flexible enough, you come out. And also at the same time, you lean down and you push the hips down to the floor. So I can feel this in my right hamstring and my left groin and hip flexors. After the upper body press just there, I'm also feeling it. My left shoulder, just trying to hold this position. Good, coming up there, again, kneeling or in a press-up plank. And then the other side, so I'm going left forward. And try and creep it a little bit further forward than usual. And again, left hand's up, right hand's to the side, supporting my weight. I'm dropping the hips down to the floor. Got a bit of a crunch there. Filling it in, right groin and hip flexors. And left groin actually this time, and hamstring. Not feeling it in my right shoulder, so I'm probably tell I'm right-handed. A bit easy to hold my weight on it. And when you're ready, guys, coming up from there,